You whispered, don't emotionally leave me too. Rain shaking through the room. Meanwhile, all the hidden fear inside you quietly started to bloom. Now every sleepless midnight silence feels heavier than before, because your trembling little voice still waits behind that door. Blue shadows cross the bedroom slowly, thunder rolling through downtown. You sat quietly by the window, trying hard, not breaking down. Cigarette smoke climbed toward the ceiling, silver mixing with the rain. Meanwhile, every tired little movement quietly screamed hidden pain. You always joke through every struggle, like emotionally nothing hurt. Meanwhile, sleepless nights kept proving loneliness emotionally your work. Then suddenly your voice grew smaller, eyes lowered toward the floor. And honestly, I'd never heard you sound that fragile before. You weren't asking dramatically, you were asking from fear. You whispered, don't emotionally leave me too, still burning through my veins. Every freezing storm-filled evening softly carries back your name, and every dim blue bedroom silence still echoes through my chest, because honest human vulnerability remains remembered best. Grabbed onto my sleeve, like letting go would hurt. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything beneath the surface. Outside headlights crossed the curtain, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, hearing your loneliness completely changed my brain. And honestly, no giant confession ever emotionally hit the same as realizing abandonment still haunted all your pain. Because certain fragile people emotionally expect goodbye first, after curing disappointment for way too many years. You didn't need promises that night, you just needed reassurance. You whispered, don't emotionally leave me too, and part of me stayed too inside. Storm-filled nights and sleepless evenings colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still hear your trembling whisper whenever winter rain remains. Terrified, saying that and I wish I hugged you longer. You started crying during the red light, rain trembling on the glass. Meanwhile, everything inside me emotionally broke so fast. Now every sleepless downtown evening feels heavier than before, because your shaking little breath still echoes through that car door. Dashboard lights painted your features, soft amber mixed with blue. Thunder rolled beyond the freeway, while the city blurred right through. You stared quietly through the windshield, trying heart not breaking down. Meanwhile your trembling fingers gave away what words couldn't sound. Most people cry loudly or suddenly, but your sadness moved slow, like years of hidden loneliness finally overflowed. Then one small breath escaped your chest there, sharp enough to emotionally sting. And honestly, hearing you shattered quietly ruined everything. You apologized while crying, like emotions were something shameful. You started crying during the red light, still burning through my veins. Every freezing sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every empty midnight highway still echoes through my chest, because hidden human sadness can emotionally hurt the best. Softly you whispered toward me, I'm emotionally so tired. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside my mind. Outside headlights cross the pavement, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile hearing your exhaustion completely changed my brain. And honestly, no giant breakup ever emotionally hurt the same as realizing how much pressure you carried every day. Because certain fragile people learn emotionally to hide pain well, until one tiny quiet moment finally breaks the spell. You didn't need fixing that night, you just needed someone to stay. You started crying during the red light, and part of me stayed too. Inside moving cars and stormy evenings, colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still slow down near intersections whenever winter rain remains. The light eventually turned green, but neither one of us moved. We ate takeout on the apartment floor at 1 a.m., rain glowing through the blinds. Meanwhile your sleepy little laughter quietly slowed down time. Now every quiet midnight dinner feels emptier than before, because your voice still lingers across that hardwood floor. Plastic containers by the coffee table, warm noodles, cheap red wine. Thunder rolled above downtown softly, while city lights outside shined. You sat cross-legged in my hoodie, hair still messy from the storm. Meanwhile every tired little smile made the darkness feel warm. Most people chase dramatic moments, perfect sunsets, crowded bars, yet somehow happiness beside you, lived inside imperfect parts, like sharing fries beside old records, or talking softly through the night. Meanwhile, rainwater across the windows, silver underneath the light. You made ordinary nights feel important. That's why I still replay them. We ate takeout on the apartment floor at 1 a.m., still flowing through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every dim apartment silence still echoes through my chest, because ordinary little moments remain remembered best. Quietly, you lean much closer, resting softly near my arm, while thunder shook the windows gently. Far beyond the dark, you whispered emotionally safe. Feels unfamiliar still, voice delicate enough to fracture everything I tried to conceal. Outside, taxis cross the avenue, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, your fragile honesty completely changed my brain. And honestly, I think real love rarely arrives loud or fast. Sometimes it's just two lonely souls trying emotionally to last. You made loneliness quieter without even realizing it. We take out on the apartment floor at 1 a.m. Part of me stayed too. Inside warm homes and stormy evenings, colored gold and blue, though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still sit beside dark window whenever winter rain remains. Food got cold eventually, but the feeling never faded. You watched me like you were memorizing my face, rain shaking through the room. Meanwhile, all the hidden sadness quietly started to bloom. Now every sleepless midnight silence feels heavier than before, because your lingering little stare still waits behind that door. Bedroom slowly, thunder rolling through downtown. You barely spoke the whole evening, yet your eyes followed around. Meanwhile, cigarette smoke drifted upward, silver mixing with the rain. And somehow every silent second emotionally screamed my name. You touched my hand much more gently than you usually did before, like somebody emotionally preparing to lose something they adore. Then quietly you smiled at me with tired eyes and pain, and honestly my whole body knew nothing would stay the same. You looked at me differently that night, like goodbye already existed. You watched me like you were memorizing my face, memories still burning through my veins. Every freezing storm-filled evening softly carries back your name, and every dim blue bedroom silence still echoes through my chest, because silent human heartbreak can emotionally hurt the best. Softly, you whisper something, almost swallowed by the rain. Emotionally loving somebody sometimes still ends in pain. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside of me, because honestly your sadness always sounded painfully deep. Outside headlights cross the curtains, silver cutting through the storm. Meanwhile your fragile little smile made the freezing darkness warm. And honestly, no final goodbye ever emotionally hurt the same as watching somebody love you while already preparing to leave again. Sometimes people leave twice, first emotionally, then physically. You watch me like you were memorizing my face, and part of me stayed too inside. Storm-filled nights and sleepless evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still freeze beneath neon lights whenever winter rain remains. You looked at me so carefully that night, like you knew it wouldn't last. We slow danced in the kitchen with our music, rain whispering through the night. Meanwhile, candle shadows trembled softly in the yellow light. Now every quiet apartment evening feels emptier than before, because your barefoot little footsteps still linger near the floor. Coffee mug sat by the counter, thunder rolling through downtown. You wore one of my old black hoodies, hair still messy hanging down. Meanwhile your sleepy little heartbeat pressed softly against my chest, and honestly the whole world there emotionally felt at rest. Most people wait for perfect moments, big romantic movie scenes, but somehow happiness beside you lived inside the little things, like dancing slowly near the stove light, half awake after the rain. Meanwhile old memories and sadness quietly faded away. Nothing dramatic happened that night, and somehow that made it beautiful. We slow danced in the kitchen with our music still flowing through my veins. Every freezing sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every warm domestic silence still echoes through my chest, because ordinary little moments remain remembered best. Quietly you rested near me, forehead touching against mine, while thunder shook the window softly and the city restless mind, you whispered, emotionally safe. Feels strange but beautiful, voice delicate enough to fracture everything I thought I knew. Outside headlights cross the curtains, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, your fragile happiness completely changed my brain. And honestly, I think real love rarely arrives loud or fast. Sometimes it's just two tired souls trying emotionally to last. You made silence feel warm. That's why loneliness feels colder now. We slow danced in the kitchen without music, and part of me stayed too. Inside quiet homes and stormy evenings, colored gold and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still stand beside dark kitchens whenever winter rain remains. There wasn't any music playing, but I still remember the rhythm. You asked if I'd still love you, emotionally broken, rain trembling through the dark. Meanwhile, every hidden wound inside you spilled out from your heart. Now every sleepless midnight silence feels heavier than before, because your fragile little question still waits behind that door. Blue shadows cross the bedroom slowly, thunder rolling through downtown. You sat quietly near the window, trying hard, not breaking down. Cigarette smoke climbed toward the ceiling, silver mixing with the rain. Meanwhile, your tired little heartbeat moved softly through the pain. You always joked about your sadness like it emotionally meant nothing deep. Meanwhile, every restless sleep this evening quietly destroyed your sleep. Then suddenly your voice grew smaller, eyes lowered toward the floor. And honestly, I'd never heard you sound that vulnerable before. You weren't asking casually, you were asking from fear. You asked if I'd still love you, emotionally broken, still burning through my veins. Every freezing storm-filled evening softly carries back your name, and every dim blue bedroom silence still echoes through my chest, because honest human questions remain remembered best. Softly, most people emotionally leave. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside of me. Outside headlights cross the curtains, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile, flooded quickly through my brain. And honestly, no giant moment ever touched my soul the same as realizing all your softness grew directly from the pain. Because certain fragile people learn emotionally to feel love after carrying abandonment for way too many months. You didn't need perfection that night. You needed reassurance. You asked if I'd still love you, emotionally broken, and part of me stayed too. Inside storm-filled nights and sleepless evenings, colored silver blue, though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still hear your trembling question whenever winter rain remains. You look terrified, asking that, and I wish you knew how loved you were. We stayed at the gas station longer than necessary, rain glowing under the lights. Meanwhile, your tired little laughter softened all the night. Now every sleepless roadside evening feels emptier than before, because your voice still lingers near that convenience store. Coffee steaming from paper cups, their engine humming soft and low. Thunder rolled beyond the highway, while headlights blurred below. You leaned quietly on the counter, wrapped inside my oversized coat. Meanwhile, old songs from the speakers kept emotionally afloat. Most people never romanticize tiny places after dark, but somehow every second near you left fingerprints on my heart. You laughed at cheap fluorescent lighting, calling it cinematic blue. Meanwhile, all the hidden sadness inside me softened next to you. You found beauty in exhausted places. That's what made you unforgettable. I stayed at the gas station longer than necessary, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every empty roadside silence still echoes through my chest, because accidental little nights remain remembered best. Quietly, you asked me softly if emotionally healing's real, voice delicate enough to fracture everything I tried to conceal. Outside trucks cross distant highways, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile, hearing your vulnerability completely changed my brain. And honestly, no giant romance ever touched my soul the same as sharing bitter coffee with you while watching storms and rain. Because certain human moments arrive softly without warning, then emotionally stay forever inside sleepless winter mornings. You made lonely places feel alive. That's why I still miss them. We stayed at the gas station longer than necessary, and part of me stayed too. Inside neon nights and stormy evenings, colored gray and blue, though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still stop at empty gas stations whenever winter rain remains. The coffee tasted terrible that night, but somehow everything felt perfect. You fell asleep holding on to my hoodie sleeve, rain whispering through the room. Meanwhile, all the chaos in your mind finally grew quiet too. Now every pale apartment morning feels emptier than before, because your sleepy little breathing still lingers near the floor. Streetlights slip between the curtains, silver stretching on the wall. Thunder rolled beyond downtown, softly, slow and distant through it all. You curled quietly beneath the blankets, exhaustion heavy in your eyes. Meanwhile, your shaking little fingers still refuse saying goodbye. Usually you slept emotionally restless, waking from every little sound. Yet somehow that storm-filled evening, peace finally found you out. You grabbed softly onto my sleeve there, half asleep against my chest. And honestly, that tiny gesture emotionally hurt the best. You trusted me unconsciously, and somehow that meant everything. You fell asleep holding on to my hoodie sleeve, still woven through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every dim blue early morning still echoes through my chest, because quiet human tenderness remains remembered best. Outside, taxis cross the avenue, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, your fragile little trust completely changed my brain. I brushed tangled hair behind your ear, careful not to wake your dreams. And somehow the entire world felt softer than it seemed. Then sunrise slowly touched the curtains, pale gold filling up the room. Yet neither one of us emotionally wanted to disturb the mood, because certain forms of closeness appear softly late at night, when exhausted hearts stop fighting and finally feel alright. You didn't ask for forever, you just needed comfort for one night. You fell asleep holding on to my hoodie sleeve, and part of me stayed too. Inside quiet rooms and stormy evenings, colored gray and blue, though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still lower my voice gently whenever winter rain remains. letting go would hurt too much. We got drunk and talked about death on the balcony, rain glowing over the town. Meanwhile, all the hidden fears inside us finally came pouring out. Now every sleepless rooftop midnight feels emptier than before, because your voice still lingers outside that balcony door. Cigarette smoke climbs slowly upward, thunder rolling through the haze. You sat wrapped inside my jacket, watching distant traffic fade. Wine bottles crowded near the railing, city lights beneath the storm. Meanwhile, your tired little heartbeat made the freezing darkness warm. Then suddenly you started asking questions nobody says aloud, like whether emotionally broken people ever truly figure out how to stop feeling disconnected from everybody else around, or why loneliness grows louder inside crowded towns. The night always made you honest. Maybe honesty only survives in darkness. We got drunk and talked about death on the balcony, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every rooftop after midnight still echoes through my chest, because vulnerable conversations remain remembered best. Quietly you looked toward me, eyes heavy from the wine, and whispered promise. Emotionally you won't disappear from my life. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside of me, because honestly your sadness always sounded painfully deep. Outside sirens cross the avenue, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile hearing your hidden fears completely changed my brain, and honestly I still remember how fragile your smile became while speaking softly about survival through all the pain. Some nights become unforgettable because two souls stop pretending. We got drunk and talked about death on the balcony, and part of me stayed too, inside rooftops and stormy evenings, colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still stare across skylines whenever winter rain remains. You look terrifyingly honest that night, and beautiful because of it. You held my faith like I guess something fragile, rain shaking through the dark. Meanwhile, all my hidden sadness quietly fell apart. Now every storm-filled midnight silence feels heavier than before, because your trembling fingertips still linger near that door. slowly within. Most people touch without attention, like affection means nothing deep. But you held me like somebody scared of emotionally losing me. You searched quietly through my eyes there, like trying hard to understand every scar I never spoke about or tried too hard to defend. You touched me softly that night, like healing instead of desire. You held my face like I was something fragile, still burning through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name. And every dim blue bedroom silence still echoes through my chest, because gentle human closeness remains remembered best. Softly, you don't always have to pretend. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything I tried to defend. Because honestly, nobody else had emotionally seen through me the way your tired little eyes did during that storm-filled evening. Outside headlights crossed the curtains, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile, your fragile tenderness completely changed my brain. And honestly, no giant romance ever touched me quite the same as being held carefully by somebody carrying pain. Love doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives gently. You held my face like I was something fragile, and part of me stayed too inside. Storm-filled nights and sleepless evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still close my eyes slowly whenever winter rain remains. You touched my soul carefully that night, and I never recovered completely. We watched the sunrise from the grocery store parking lot, rain fading into dawn. Meanwhile, your sleepy little smile made the whole night feel calm. Now every pale and quiet morning feels emptier than before, because your laughter still lingers near that parking lot once more. Coffee cups beside the dashboard, old slow music humming low. Thunder disappeared behind us while the sky began to glow. You wrapped both hands around the hoodie, trying softly to stay warm. Meanwhile, orange light kept rising above the sleeping storm. Most people never see the beauty of exhausted early dawns, when cities feel emotionally softer right before the world moves on. You pointed toward the empty highway, watching fog drift through the air. Meanwhile, all the hidden sadness inside you disappeared there. You looked happiest after sleepless nights, like darkness understood you better. We watched my sunrise from the grocery store parking lot, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing early morning softly carries back your name, and every faded orange skyline still echoes through my chest, because accidental little nights remain remembered best. Quietly, you lean much closer, resting softly near my arm, while morning light crossed your features. Gentle, pale and warm, you whispered, I wish emotionally life stayed this calm forever. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside together. Outside trucks cross distant highways, silver fading into gold. Meanwhile, your fragile honesty made the whole world less cold. And honestly, I think certain people become unforgettable slowly, not through chaos or huge romance, but through making lonely mornings holy. You made exhaustion feel peaceful. That's why mornings hurt now. We watch the sunrise from the grocery store parking lot, and part of me stay too inside empty roads and quiet mornings colored gold and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still stop beside parking lots whenever winter rain remains. The sunrise looked beautiful that morning, but you looked even better. You smiled right before telling me you were leaving, rain trembling through the room. Meanwhile, everything inside me collapsed beneath the gloom. Now every quiet apartment evening feels colder than before, because your final little smile still waits beside that door. Wine glasses crowded on the counter, jazz humming soft and low. Thunder rolled above downtown slowly, while city lights below glowed. You looked calmer than expected, almost emotionally serene. Meanwhile, my whole body sensed what your silence really meant. You touched my hand much more gently than you usually would before, like somehow tenderness itself made heartbreak hurt much more than softly said, I think it's time, without lifting tired eyes. And honestly, the air around us changed completely inside. Sometimes people warn you quietly, right before destroying your heart. You smiled right before telling me you were leaving, still burning through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every dim, familiar hallway still echoes through my chest, because calm human goodbyes can emotionally hurt the best. Then suddenly your eyes look different. of you, just differently than before. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything down to the core. Outside headlights cross the curtains, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile every hidden memory flooded quickly through my brain. And honestly, no screaming breakup could have emotionally hurt the same as hearing love grow quieter inside your trembling pain. The worst heartbreak isn't hatred, it's tenderness during goodbye. You smiled right before telling me you were leaving, and part of me stayed too. Inside storm-filled rooms and sleepless evenings, colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still freeze near apartment doors whenever winter rain remains. You looked beautiful that night, and I wish you didn't. We shared a blanket on the fire escape, cold rain glowing down below. Meanwhile your sleepy little heartbeat moved softly and slow. Now every rooftop after midnight feels emptier than before, because your laughter still lingers outside that window more. City lights stretched endlessly, silver underneath the storm. Thunder rolled beyond the skyline, yet somehow you felt warm. You tucked freezing hands beneath the blanket, moving closer through the night. Meanwhile cigarette smoke drifted past the glowing signs. Most people never notice beauty in exhausted urban scenes, but somehow you transformed sadness into something strangely sweet. You pointed toward random apartments, inventing stories for their lives. Meanwhile rainwater reflected softly inside your tired eyes. You romanticized the whole broken city, and somehow made me love it too. We shared a blanket on the fire escape, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing downtown evening softly carries back your name, and every storm-filled rooftop silence still echoes through my chest, because accidental little nights remain remembered best. Quietly you leaned against me, watching traffic far below, and whispered, do you think people emotionally survive after losing love? Voice delicate enough to fracture every guarded wall in me, because honestly your sadness always sounded painfully deep. Outside sirens crossed the avenue, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile your fragile honesty completely changed my brain. And honestly I think certain souls become unforgettable slowly, not through perfection or huge romance, but through making lonely nights feel holy. You made the cold city feel alive. That's why why silence hurts now. We shared a blanket on the fire escape, and part of me stayed too inside. Rooftops and stormy evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still stare across skylines whenever winter rain remains. The city looked beautiful beside you. That's the problem. You called me at 3:17 a.m. just to hear my voice, rain falling through the dark. Meanwhile, loneliness moved quietly inside both our hearts. Now every sleepless early morning feels heavier than before, because your trembling little whisper still waits beside my phone. Blue light glowing from the screen there, thunder shaking through the glass. Half asleep, I heard you breathing, soft and fragile through the static. You tried pretending everything was emotionally alright. Meanwhile, silence between your sentences said otherwise. That night outside, the city kept moving, taxis humming far below. Meanwhile, your exhausted little voice moved painfully slow. You whispered, sorry for calling, like needing someone was wrong. And honestly, that sentence still emotionally feels strong. Some people only reach out at night, when pretending becomes impossible. You called me at 3:17 a.m. just to hear my voice, still burning through my veins. Every freezing, sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every late night ringing phone still echoes through my chest, because lonely human moments can emotionally hurt the best. Quietly you started crying, trying hard to hide the sound. Meanwhile, rain against my window covered everything around. You whispered, I just didn't want to emotionally feel alone. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything I thought I knew. Outside, thunder crossed the skyline, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile, hearing your vulnerability completely changed my brain. And honestly, I stayed awake long after the call had ended, because some voices leave behind an ache that never fully mended. You didn't need answers that night, you just needed someone there. You called me at 3:17 a.m. just to hear my voice, and part of me stayed too. Inside, sleepless nights and stormy evenings, colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still stare at glowing phone screens whenever winter rain remains. kissed while the washing machine hummed, rain whispering through the night. Meanwhile, candle shadows trembled softly in the kitchen light. Now every quiet apartment midnight feels emptier than before, because your lips still linger near that laundry room door. Clothes piled beside the dryer, coffee steaming near the sink. Thunder rolled above the rooftops, slow enough to make us think. You wore one of my oversized hoodies, hair messy from the rain. Meanwhile, your sleepy little smile quietly erased my pain. The city blurred beyond the windows, silver lights through stormy glass. Yet somehow inside that tiny room, time itself moved fast. You grabbed my wrist without warning, pulling me close through the dark. And honestly, that sudden softness still emotionally leaves marks. Nothing cinematic was happening, yet somehow it felt unforgettable. We kissed while the washing machine hummed, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing storm-filled evening softly carries back your name, and every quiet domestic moment still echoes through my chest, because ordinary little nights remain remembered best. Softly, you rested near me, forehead touching against mine, while the thunder shook the windows and the city lost its mind. You whispered, promise me this feeling never emotionally leaves, was delicate enough to fracture everything inside of me. Outside, taxis cross downtown slowly, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, your warm, exhausted presence made the whole world change. And honestly, I think real love rarely looks dramatic or loud. Sometimes it's just surviving life together through the clouds. You made ordinary rooms feel sacred. That's why I still miss them. We kissed while the washing machine hummed, and part of me stayed too, inside warm homes and stormy evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still stop near laundry rooms whenever winter rain remains. The clothes eventually dried, but the memory never faded. You fell apart after pretending you were fine, rain shaking through the room. Meanwhile, all the hidden sadness finally escaped the gloom. Now every sleepless storm-filled midnight feels heavier than before. before, because your trembling little voice still waits behind that door. The party echoed through the apartment, muted, left a distant bass. Yet your tired eyes looked empty every minute in that place. You smiled through every conversation, joked like nothing hurt inside. Meanwhile your shaking fingers quietly, completely gave you away. Then suddenly out on the balcony, thunder rolled above downtown, and all the strength you carried slowly started breaking down. You lit a cigarette with trembling hands, trying hard not to cry. Meanwhile cold rain mixed softly with mascara near your eyes. You spent so long acting okay that breaking felt unavoidable. You fell apart after pretending you were fine, still burning through my veins. Every freezing sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every rooftop after midnight still echoes through my chest, because hidden human sadness can emotionally hurt the best. Then quietly you whispered softly, I'm emotionally so tired. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside my mind. Because honestly your exhaustion looked painfully familiar there, like someone carrying storms alone for way too many years. Outside headlights cross the skyline, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile your fragile honesty completely changed my brain. And honestly I still remember how small your voice became when finally all the walls collapsed beneath the weight of pain. Some people don't need advice, they just need permission to stop pretending. You fell apart after pretending you were fine, and part of me stayed too. Inside rooftop storms and sleepless evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still think about your tears whenever winter rain remains. You said you were okay all night, until your soul finally disagreed. We shared earbuds while walking through Chinatown, neon glowing in the rain. Meanwhile your sleepy little laughter softened all my pain. Now every crowded midnight sidewalk feels emptier than before, because your footsteps still wander through those streets once more. Views from the tiny restaurants, traffic humming low and warm, red signs reflected in puddles. Beneath the fading storm, you tucked freezing hands inside my coat, trying softly to stay warm. Meanwhile, old slow songs kept drifting through the city after dark. Most people hurried past each other, lost inside their phones and noise. Yet somehow every second near you felt strangely calm and poised. You pointed toward random strangers, inventing stories for their lives. Meanwhile, neon painted colors across your tired eyes. You made crowded places feel softer, like loneliness disappeared beside you. We shared earbuds while walking through Chinatown, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing downtown evening softly carries back your name, and every rain-soaked neon crosswalk still echoes through my chest, because accidental little nights remain remembered best. Quietly you lean much closer, shoulder brushing against my arm, while thunder rolled beyond the skyline, soft and distant through the dark. You whispered, I wish tonight could emotionally stay like this. Voice delicate enough to fracture everything inside my chest. Outside, buses cross the avenue, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, your warm, exhausted presence made the whole city change. And honestly, I think some people become unforgettable slowly, not through chaos or huge romance, but by making lonely nights feel holy. You turned rainy streets into memories without even trying. We shared earbuds while walking through Chinatown, and part of me stayed too, inside neon nights and stormy evenings, colored red and blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains. I still walk slower through downtown whenever winter rain remains. The music stopped eventually, but the city still sounds like you. You cried quietly while folding your clothes, rain trembling on the glass. Meanwhile, every little movement made reality hit fast. Now every half-empty apartment feels colder than before, because your shaking little hands still linger near the floor. Cardboard boxes near the hallway, old photographs face down. Thunder rolled beyond downtown slowly, while silence filled the house. You folded sweaters carefully, trying hard not to break. Meanwhile, every hidden teardrop made my whole body ache. Strange how heartbreak rarely happens, like movies or dramatic scenes. Sometimes people fall apart softly between ordinary things, like hanging shirts inside a suitcase, or removing framed memories while pretending everything somehow hurts less than it seems. You tried staying strong, but betrayed everything. You cried quietly while folding your clothes, still burning through my veins. Every freezing sleepless evening softly carries back your name, and every silent packed up bedroom still echoes through my chest, because quiet human heartbreak can emotionally hurt the best. Suddenly you stopped moving, sweater shaking in your hands, and whispered, I really wanted us to have a chance. Voice delicate enough to fracture every stable part of me, because honestly, hearing sadness sound that real destroyed me completely. Outside headlights crossed the curtains, silver cutting through the rain. Meanwhile, all the love between us collapsed beneath the pain. And honestly, the cruelest endings never scream or slam the door. They simply slowly disappear across the bedroom floor. Love doesn't always die loudly. Sometimes it leaves quietly crying. You cried quietly while folding your clothes, and part of me stayed too. Inside empty rooms and stormy evenings, colored silver blue. Though years continue moving onward, one truth still remains: I still hate cardboard boxes whenever winter rain remains. You packed your things that night, but took part of me with you. We stayed in the car until the song finished, rain glowing over the street. Meanwhile, your tired little heartbeat moved quietly with the beat. Now every sleepless drive at midnight feels emptier than before, because your silence still lingers inside that car once more. Dashboard lights painted amber across your sleepy face. Thunder rolled beyond downtown slowly, soft and distant through the haze. You leaned quietly toward the window, watching headlights blur and bend. Meanwhile, neither one of us there wanted the night to end. Old slow music filled the speakers, warm bass trembling low. Meanwhile, rainwater crossed the windshield like memories moving slow. You whispered something barely audible without looking toward me, and honestly, your fragile voice still emotionally wrecks me. Some songs become dangerous later, because they remember people too well. We stayed in the car until the song finished, still flowing through my veins. Every freezing storm-filled evening softly carries back your name, and every quiet red light moment still echoes through my chest, because unfinished little nights remain remembered best. sadness disappeared briefly. Meanwhile, your fingers trace circles across the fogged up glass near me. Outside, taxis cross the avenue, silver glowing through the rain. Meanwhile, every second near you felt impossible to explain. And honestly, no giant romance ever touched my soul the same as sitting quietly beside you while the speakers played our pain. Because certain human closeness arrives softly without warning, then lives forever afterward inside sleepless winter mornings. You made silence feel beautiful. That's why losing you became loud. We stayed in the car until the song finished, and part of me stayed too. Inside, moving lights and stormy evenings, colored gray and blue. Though years continue,